So here's a question for you. What if hackers could break today's VPN encryption, like in seconds? Sounds pretty wild, right? Almost sci-fi. But quantum computers, they might actually make that a reality. Imagine all your private online stuff, the things you think are safe behind a VPN, just exposed. But, and this is the interesting part, there's a new defense coming up, something people are starting to call quantum VPNs.
Exactly. And that future might be closer than you think. It's pretty concerning, actually, because our current digital security, this stuff most VPNs rely on is built on math problems, problems that, well, quantum computers could potentially solve way, way faster than we ever thought possible. So, yeah, let's dive into that threat. And these two main approaches, these quantum VPNs people are working on.
Okay, let's start with the basics then. What is a VPN, really, for anyone who might not be totally sure? In simple terms, it creates like a secure, encrypted tunnel for your internet connection. It basically wraps your data up, hides it from, anyone snooping around, kind of like sending a secret message in a locked box, right? Not even your ISP can see inside.
Precisely. A lockbox is a good analogy. But the problem is, quantum computers might be able to pick that lock. See, our current security, things like RSA and ECC, elliptic curve cryptography, they protect most VPNs today. They're based on math that's super hard for normal computers, like incredibly difficult. But a powerful enough quantum computer, using something like Shor's algorithm, it could potentially crack these fairly easily, relatively speaking.
Wow. Okay, so the lock isn't as strong as we thought, potentially.
Right. And that leads to this really critical risk. People call it harvest now, decrypt later. Think about it. Hackers or whoever could be collecting all this encrypted data today, just storing it. And then down the road, maybe years from now, when they have a powerful quantum computer, poof, they decrypt everything. All that data you thought was safe, exposed.
Oh, that's a chilling thought. A ticking time bomb for our data. So, okay, the threat is clear. How do we fight back? What are these quantum VPNs? I hear there are two main kinds, two paths forward. The first one is quantum-resistant VPNs, PQC.
That's right. PQC, or post-quantum cryptography. This is all about algorithms. We're talking about developing completely new mathematical problems, new algorithms designed from the ground up to resist attacks from both classical and quantum computers. You might hear names like NTRU, Kyber, Dilithium. These are some of the front runners. And organizations like NIST, that's the National Institute of Standards and Technology in the U.S., they've been working hard to standardize these. In fact, the first batch of standards, including Kyber and Dilithium, were finalized just this year, 2024, and are already seeing some testing. Like OpenVPN has projects looking into integrating PQC algorithms.
Okay, so new math problems that even quantum computers hopefully can't solve easily. Makes sense. What about the second path? That sounded even more exotic. Quantum key distribution? QKD.
Ah, yes. QKD. This one's different. It's less about algorithms running on computers and more about physics, quantum physics. It uses principles like quantum entanglement, or sending single photons, particles of light, to share encryption keys. And here's the really cool part, the core idea. Thanks to quantum mechanics, if anyone tries to intercept or even just measure these photons or particles as they're being sent, it inevitably disturbs them. It changes their state. This disturbance immediately alerts the sender and receiver that someone tried to eavesdrop.
Whoa. So the very act of spying on the key exchange breaks it and tells you someone's listening.
Exactly. It's like a built-in tamper-evident seal based on the fundamental laws of physics. You can then just discard that key and generate a new secure one. It's fundamentally unbreakable during the exchange.
Okay, so let's recap the difference quickly. PQC is new algorithms, like software, and QKD is physics hardware.
That's a good way to put it. PQC is about quantum-safe math, new algorithms that can run on our current computers. It's a software upgrade, essentially.
Yeah.
QKD is a physical method for exchanging keys using quantum phenomena. It requires specialized hardware like lasers, photon detectors, stuff like that.
Right. So how far along are these? Can I, get a quantum VPN today?
Well, not quite so easily. For PQC, the algorithms are being standardized and testing is underway. But the most practical approach right now, what companies are actually starting to deploy, is hybrid encryption. This means they combine one of the new PQC algorithms with a traditional proven algorithm like AES or SHA-20. So you get the benefit of the classic encryption we trust, plus protection against future quantum attacks. Kind of the best of both worlds for now.
Ah, okay. Hedging bets, basically. Are big companies doing this?
Oh, yeah. Google's been experimenting with it in TLS, which secures web connections. Apple just announced PQ3 for iMessage, which uses a hybrid approach. Signal Messenger has PQXDH. And there's the Open Quantum-Safe project working on open source implementations.
Yeah.
So it's definitely happening.
And QKD, is that happening too?
QKD is. Well, it's still much more niche. It's mostly in experimental stages or very limited deployments, often for government or high security networks. It faces challenges with distance, cost, and integrating with existing infrastructure. It's promising, but not really mainstream yet.
Got it. So PQC, especially in hybrid modes, seems like the more immediate path forward.
For most users, yes. Mainstream adoption of fully quantum-safe defenses, whether it's pure PQC or wider QKD use, really depends on a couple of things. One, how quickly powerful quantum computers actually arrive and pose a real threat. And two, how fast these new standards, like the NIST ones, get implemented across the board.
It feels like we're in a race against time, almost.
In a way, yeah. Our digital privacy kind of has this looming potential expiration date. Thinking about it now, even if it feels a bit sci-fi, is really crucial.
So the final thought, then, is quantum computers are coming, sooner or later. The question really is, are your digital defenses ready? For everyone listening, maybe start learning a bit more about post-quantum cryptography. When you choose a VPN, look for reputable ones that talk about using modern, strong encryption standards. Keep an eye on how they're approaching PQC, and just generally, stay updated on cybersecurity trends, because this landscape, it's changing fast.
Absolutely. Being aware and prepared is the best defense right now. Your future digital self might thank you.